Right, inside the cab now. This is obviously the passenger side. It looks, you know, fairly acceptable, but this here is all loose. I don't know if I'm going to get all that in from a distance, but all this here is all loose. It's not been put back in properly at all. Piece of plastic trim missing. That's not there. The door card. Obviously, it's a sort of, you know, replacement door card. There are no clips in behind the door card, so it all just flaps about. It's just not doing anything. The other slightly amusing thing is these nice speakers he's fitted in the doors. There is no cable connecting speaker to the door and to the rest of the truck, so it'll never work anyway. Obviously, you know about the gear sticks. I shan't go into those. Right, obviously the one major one that we discussed over the phone is the front axle. Now, as you can see on the tyre, there is oil here. That there, right. Not very good with this camera. But as you can see, there's oil running down the tyre. That is because the hub seal is completely shot. It is just leaking oil out of here. You know, you can see that there. It's just saturated. That side there, I don't know if you can see that, is not much better. It's fairly disgusting. So for something that's supposed to have had it, you know, completely sort of overhauled, is fairly poor. The U-bolts are going to need replacing because there is actually only half a thread. You know, they're not wound fully down through the U-bolt. You know, so obviously there. Whereas this side here, as you can see, there is a difference. This side here is right there, is right down through, so there's plenty of thread. And this side here, there is nothing. So another thing that's been failed to be noticed. This steering damper, as I spoke to you on the phone, is some strange sort of lash up. I'm not sure quite what's happened here, whether this is a standard fitting, but it doesn't look right. It's just been cobbed in paint and just left. You know, there's no sort of care being taken over it. It's just been painted up, and that's that. Well, I'll send these off to you as soon as I get a chance, and we'll take it from there. Oh, there are a few other things. There's obviously the distinct lack of grease around everything. So obviously all the shackles where there are grease nipples have been basically neglected. You can see the prop is dry. It hasn't been touched. You know, there's no sort of grease being put around that. In here is the remnants of your bushes, which have obviously, because they haven't had any sort of grease or anything around them, is they're no good now. There's obviously going to be a lot of play in there when I jack it up later on. So the plan is to wash. I mean, you can see here, I mean, this is before I wash it. You can see that there's been no preparation done to any of this. This has just been painted straight over mud, and it's just flaking off from my fingers. You know, it's fairly poor in respect, you know, if you've paid for it to be under sealed, it's not been done. Obviously here where your inner arches are missing, it's this nice stone trap for rust, so you know it's not going to leave you very long before the arch is rotten in the bottom. Underneath here, obviously the bolt is snapped off in there. It's a common problem but very easy to fix. Just drill it out and re-tap it. Here there's a label left on where obviously these seals are replacement seals. There is a sticker being left on and just sprayed over, so there's no real care being taken in the prep work on this truck whatsoever. If we come back here, and with the keys, obviously you know about the problem with the lock, which as you can see where it has come out, the paint is just, I mean all this is loose, but the paint has come away and it's damaged that paint job already, which is obviously not very good at all.